What's up, family? I'm tapping in. Hey, Sprag, what it do? You know, I couldn't let y'all. My bad being late. I had to take care of some business. I'm going to give y'all a good hour. Whatever y'all want to discuss, we can talk about it. Cassandra Scott, good evening. Thank you for tapping in. I ain't going. Thank you for tapping in again. You heard Cicero McGill. How you doing? Wanda Smith. Good evening, Tiffany Annette. Good evening. Good evening. And Winters will not be on today. I can tell y'all that now. Winters will not be on. Y'all see, I had to come to the crib and shoot this. The lovely Deborah Luna in the building. How you doing? Tasha Lynn, thank you for tapping in. How y'all doing, people, on this beautiful, beautiful Friday? Tasha Bella Michelle, thank you for tapping in. Common sense, what it do, cuzzo? Y'all know, I'm just tapping in, seeing what's going on. Let me see what I can find in these Facebook streets. See what's up in there. What's in the mix, family? How everybody doing? I'm tapping in. Let me see, tapping in. How everybody doing on this lovely, lovely Friday evening? Denise from Georgia, thank you for tapping in. Miss Karaja Smith, good evening, good evening. Catching, K. Buford, how you doing? Aluna Callaway Lang, how y'all doing? To come tap in with 60 Minutes with old Otis. I'm going to give y'all 60 minutes of what I got. I seen some stuff I was trying to find on Facebook. I didn't get enough time to come in, do everything I needed to do. Damn, they arrested somebody else? Let me see what we got. Y'all know I've been on here trying to figure out what's all the things we got going on in the town. But how everybody doing? Y'all know I got to get ready for the Tigers game and everything. Deborah O'Neill, good evening, beloved. Thank you for tapping in. And hit that like button as y'all coming in. It's just old Otis tonight. It's just Otis. I know my other people, I was supposed to have Yogi them, but I was running so late. I wouldn't. I said, no, I got to come on and see what the family doing. I couldn't. Oh, wow. Common sense said there's a huge explosion in Tennessee. Prayers out to the family out in Tennessee. What happened out that way, Common Sense? You know I didn't catch that live. What was it about? I ain't going. You know I ain't catch it. What's up, Marcia A? What's up, Marcia A? Talbot? Thank you for tapping in. Hey, you know I gotta do what I gotta do. I gotta keep this train rolling. Loomy, what it do, good brother? What it do? Hey, Deborah Luna, thank you for the $5 Friday. You heard? Thank you. You know, it's Friday. It's hard to keep, but now Winters, I think it was her daughter game and stuff she had to go to. But y'all know I'm gonna get it down. Ooh, my God, I said 19 folks missing. C4 plane exploded. Damn. That's terrible right there. Damn, prayers out to the family. That is terrible right there. Shit. Prayers out there to the family, man. That is terrible right there. Let me see what's up in the news. Let me see what Marcia said. She said it was a chemical plant and 19 people are missing and feared dead. Damn. Loomy say 9, where South Florida, Broward County, checking in at your door. That is terrible, man. Prayers out to that family, to all the families that lost on that one. Wow. I was trying to find some decent little news to come on with, but that's terrible. Damn. What we got right here, national news. Oh, wow. General Motors course free training. Okay. That is terrible. How will shutdown affect Michiganders? Chicago pastor shot by ICE. Wow. Are you serious? Let me check this out. It said Chicago. Wow, I didn't know that. This is terrible right here. Let me get this together. Wow, a Chicago pastor. Like, what is we getting into right now? Chicago, I mean, they shooting pastors. Wow. This rough right here, family. I'm going to bring it on. Terrible. Let me bring this on. All right. This is terrible. This is, it said, I ain't going. Said she touched on almost everything. And also, some people in the chat will be contacting CPS about first councilman child being in the house with a registered offender, allegedly. Wow. Wow. And also, people in the chat will be, wow. Oh, yeah, Sir Gregory. Yeah, that man that just, he done went off in another thing. Wow. Okay, this what I want to say. I ain't going. She addressed everything, but how's the thing coming with, what did she say about the residency? Did she say anything about residency, anything? Yeah, about far as Davina. I know she been talking about it, but I'm saying on Davina. Let me add this video up. I'll play it in a second. Let me see what this is. Marcia A. Tarver with the $5 Friday. They're like half of the views. I'm gonna need y'all to step up and send your $5 before 11:59 p.m. Facts. Facts. Come on, family. I know this ain't winters. I'm holding it down. You know, I'm holding it down. Debbie Clark, thank you for tapping in. Thank you. Let me see what she said. Wow. Well, you know what? To be honest with you, I didn't really see no changing in nothing. Let me see. With KP, something's hard to follow when you keep repeating the same thing for over an hour. Okay, understandable. Sir Gregory, like, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think, let's see, Hope Beasley, thank you for tapping in. Lorna, good evening. Thank you for tapping in. Sir Gregory, I wish in his mind he don't think he doing nothing wrong. That's why I'm kind of confused. Like I think, to me personally, I think he doing all this. Nellie Nail, the oldest in the city of Flint, 973 years old. Thank you for tapping in. But don't look a day over 31. You heard. L, the Golden Child Sharp, thank you for tapping in. I think what he doing, to be honest, family, I think no, he's taking this like because when you say he be like, come watch my show, you know what I'm saying? To me, I think he trying to turn this into like maybe people gonna start watching his podcast, or, you know what I'm saying? Maybe something he feel like he taking the high road, what he's saying for his grandson. But I wish he would have had that same attitude when Jedediah came. When like 1 minute you talking violence, then 1 minute you talking brotherhood and true. I mean, you know, I don't get it. Like I said, a lot of these people, sweetheart Shell, you never know. I'm not saying I get it if he say he don't want to come on and come on and do this, but why would you make lives? You didn't have to do lives. You could have kept it, just been quiet and let it play out. Look, I'll give her that, but she came with receipts, videos, and facts. It's worth it. Okay, somebody had to break it down. I'm not gonna lie to you, unless I have to listen to it and not watch the chat. Nelly Nail, I couldn't even answer that for you. Like I said, I'm shook still just watching it right now. Like, I mean, I'm seeing on 1 minute you saying Nick, you saying, yeah, hold on. Yeah. Let me let him know. You can. Oh, I didn't see them calling me. Damn, I had my phone on do not disturb. My bad. I didn't even see. That's my bad right there. What I was gonna say. How you? I don't understand it. I'm telling y'all, I'm shook on it. Damn, I didn't should have show up. I'm shook on it because I'm like, dude, if you got shit. What I was finna say, yeah, I ain't even share the show out. It said, Hager, can you have me? Like I said, I don't know, man. Like I said, how they do Jet. Like how I said, he was with Jedediah. I don't get it. Like I said, but I don't get it. Only he understand what his decisions is. I mean, you didn't have to say nothing, but when you went to social media, and I think right now, a lot of time, I think people they get this social media thing is terrible, family. I'm just gonna say that to y'all. A lot of people get caught up in it. They feel like they get a few views, and they feel like they just some truth tellers. It's just like I said, I'm gonna keep going with the Jed thing. I wish he would have kind of had that same compassion when Jed was coming up here. You know what I'm saying? Talking about he was really trying to help and highlight after they had been pushed down on the water crisis. Like I said. And then, even sitting, I respect the mayor. I'm gonna tell y'all like this, not saying I support him or anything. I respect what he doing because he know these is Negroes. Like his podcast was called a Black Man First. I can't say it verbatim, but he don't really see what he had in this. You a nigga when you was talking about this should happen to Jed, but you black. Like I say, the brother is confusing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie and say he's not confused. I'm not gonna get in between him and his daughter. That's between him and his daughter. At the end of the day, parents gonna, your parent, whether you agree with them or not, you gotta love them. And I use an analogy like this. You know what I'm saying? You can have a parent can be a crackhead and did all the wrong, but you got to understand the blessing that you got here through that agent. I'm not saying he right on what he doing. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. It make you think about a lot of things, but in this day and age, a lot of people don't understand what okay, Yogi G done tapped in. What's up, Yogi?
What to do, Mick?
What's up? What's up? My bad. I was running late. I meant to hit y'all to tell y'all I had a couple appointments I had to go to, and I'm just getting. I was running in at 6:30, pushing it. Grace and peace. Thank you for tapping in. Let me see what the KP said. KP said Tanya did come with the proof, but I'm starting to wonder if you repeat the same thing every podcast for 4 hours clips. Is doing that? Is she doing that on purpose? I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. Granny G, thank you for tapping in. Eleanor Wicker, thank you for tapping in. Yeah, we and Denise say pray for Kiki and facts. I mean, like I say, this money. I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna say this agendas. I have you doing strange things. If you want to get your agenda out there, you know what I'm saying. I'm not gonna say because that's a father and daughter. I don't want to get in it, but I just wish the brother would have had the same attitude. How you doing, Terry Nixon, for tapping in with what I wish he would have said had the same energy for Jedediah when he came here. It's just to me like I think a lot of time we as black people we do a lot of we do so much selling out we don't even know what real is. And I agree with you, Nicole Tribal Shabazz. She said the truth is no one really knows what is going on with the young lady Leon and her dad. Family business is staying family. It really should, but the only thing bad about it that when you brought it to social media, then you invited people in it. And you just know how social media is even if I do something, let's be honest. Even when me and Winters, you know what I'm saying, when the Tanya thing, when everybody fell out, people was in our business because that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? People gonna get in anything personal. You know, people just waiting to see if you know the next accident or crash out to happen to see how it is. You know, in anybody's life, not just mine. I'm just saying anybody. What's up, Merc 76? And I can understand that. Denise said you have to repeat the same message out so you can't let people forget. I agree with that. What y'all ladies got going on now? I know y'all ain't just come up in here to listen to oldest talk.
Listen, the people have been waiting to hear this, so I would not get in between your review because I be people. Because I too am like, what's happening now?
No, it was just talking about the young lady, about her father. You know, the incident that happened in the first Ward fires, you know, the DV situation, and you know, the father came down there and said he didn't want to be. What's up, Salty Chef, Sir Gregory? He didn't want to come down there, you know, said he was standing up for his for his grandson. He didn't want to be dogging out another black man, just to sum it up. You know what I'm saying? What he did, hope he learned this lesson. He brought up what he did, that he sat down and had dinner with a man that 25 years ago wanted to kill him for what he did to his daughter. You know what I'm saying? I just think that message could have been, one, it could have been did off camera. They could have had that because when you come down to city council, you put everybody in your business. And I tell everybody that anyway. Thank you, Grace and Peace, with the $5 super chat. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? You can come on and say, well, you know, I stand with this brother. It's so many ways it could have been did. It could have been handled differently. If you wanted to give that speech, you could have gave that speech to that brother one-on-one, pulled him over to the side, or however you wanted to do it. But if you come do it, you could have went on your Facebook like everybody else do. You know what I'm saying? And I think like situations like that would distract on other things that's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I definitely saw. I was watching Tanya's podcast. I had to. You got to
Oh,
follow
no
the suit.
problem.
Yeah,
For
yeah,
sure.
yeah. But nah, I mean, I think to her point, you know, because I think the mother tapped into her chat for a little bit and just gave her perspective on the dad and how he stood up and said what he said. And one thing that I probably could touch on or just like relate to is when Tanya was saying about how I think the young lady's name is Kiki.
Yes,
Was hurt from her dad's presence there, right? And so I agree with you, Mick. You know what I mean? Like, this is a person who been sitting there like, what we know from being on social media is that her abuser, and if your family ain't saying the 10 toes down for you, like that, I can imagine that like that does something for you psychologically, or at least for me. I wouldn't be comfortable seeing my pops up there talking about forgiveness and stuff like that. And this man done did what he did. So yeah, nah, that for me, outside looking in always, that wasn't cool at all. Yeah.
That's what I'm glad to hear from a woman perspective. How would you feel about that?
Yeah, no, man, like that, cause in a woman's, as a woman, and like having that protection from your father or that backing from your dad is like everything for you, right? And in the case of DV, you need to be covered, and you like are trying to recap your mind or recuperate your peace from being in such a tragic experience, and then your dad just like, yeah, I'm gonna show him grace because that's what black people do. Sir, don't put that on the black people. Put that on you solely, because I know a lot of black people that have been found that man off office hours and it would have been handled. But I don't condone violence.
Facts.
I'm just saying.
Nah, that's what I get it. That's why I'm like, I'd rather hear from the women's perspective on that about, and how did you feel? How would y'all feel? You know what I'm saying? That's why
Yeah.
I'm glad.
I mean, given the nature of how y'all council is running and how easily they like to call the popos up there, I wouldn't imagine him like coming up there and using all his time to like cuss him out or whatever. Because I got some diabolical gangsters up there, so I don't think that's really gonna touch their hearts the way that he probably would have liked it to. But I'm just confused as to what he was achieving to do that as a public testimony. Like, not only did you do that in public and it's on social media, now you got it on record that you weren't backing your daughter. Like,
that's why I said it's like this. I think he made it worse or coming saying that. Like I said, certain things you could have sent a text message. It could have did a lot of things. If that was the moment you thought you was doing that was going to change something that was pivotal, I think it was crazy because people got the right to scrutiny you now, to put scrutiny up on you. There's a real doctor in the building, Dr. Tom Petroni. You see what I'm saying? People can come say he's trying to get it back from the mayor. See, that's what happened when you. I try to tell people like a lot of time you can make your situation worse than it is. How you doing, Michelle Smith? Thank you for tapping in, and your husband.
What it do?
Yeah, that's how to me it seems like we be looking at Danny like sellouts because at the end of the day he could have, like I said, it could have been did different, even with him putting the picture up with him and the mayor. You know what I'm saying? It was like it's a lot of things he could have did different. It's just in my humble opinion.
It do look like a little pay action, Somebody got a little paid off, somebody got a little payoff. Give me what I want and I'll go away. That's what the movie said, you know what I mean? So it's a shame. It's a shame. You hate to see black people just be so bamboozled and led astray like that.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at it. That's why I was kind of drop my headphone. That's how I was looking at it. I was like, to me, the whole play out and everything, it was just, it didn't look right. Like I say, just from the beginning, even when he did his live. What's up, Connie? Thank you for tapping in. And hey, Connie, if that is true, it said, hey, well, it's not as if Leon has tried to atone for his transgression. He is evicting her from her home and trying to take her child from her. Wow, he's low down. Allegedly.
There you go. Allegedly. Keep you safe.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying. But it's just like this the type of stuff that we going through. And it's like, I get it, me being a father too, having a daughter, you know what I'm saying? I get it, having nieces and female cousins, sisters, aunties, I just think like on that situation, fires, it got brought out in the media fire, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think with him, if he would have been quiet and didn't come to social media and he did what he did, people wouldn't be thinking like, damn, you just did a 360 from when you just did 2 lives.
Yeah.
And now you gotta remember, you did 2 lives before you did a 360. Now you dealing with niggas.
I will say, like, to Ian Goins' point, where he said, what they said, Kiki mom says he's not present in the Kiki's life, nor the grandsons, right? And so I heard that, and I was just like, this reminds me of, how, was it Shaquille O'Neal's dad that came up out the woodworks, ain't been in his life all that time, and now you got a food story, you make some money, and now you want to come around talking about my kid. Yeah, it was feeling very much like that, an opportunist moment.
You know what? I'm gonna say this. I liked it how LeBron said his. I think his real father started coming around after he made it, and he was like, and I'm not saying it verbatim, like, I don't know what was going on. Maybe they can work out a relationship. You know what I'm saying? I'm not to say you don't try to work it out with your parent. You know what I'm saying? But I get it, but we don't be knowing, like, a lot of times, man, like, it's just messed up. But I mean, I do feel like him being a father, he should have handled that totally different. You know what I'm saying? He shouldn't have went on social media where people wouldn't be looking at you like, man, like, you said this, and I'm with you. He don't need to come down there. Counsel is not for you to come down there to air out your grievances. But I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. Like, we gotta still act like we know we not savages. And I understood, but it's just like, dude, but you came out and said this. I'd rather you just not said nothing and played it. You know what I'm saying? Just let it play out by itself. That's just in my humble opinion. I wouldn't have said nothing. Good evening, Kobe, Fatty, and Eleanor Wicker. It just put more, like, we up here saying now, like, is he as a person, is you done flip-flop? And I want to believe he wouldn't flip-flop on his baby like that, to be honest with you.
It could be that he just genuinely wanted to, like, be on some peacemaker type things. But
Mm,
once again, you could have did that behind the scenes, save yourself. You know what I mean? You already did what you did. You already said how you felt, and
fact.
it wouldn't have cost you nothing to do that behind the scenes. Like people had already for me once again outside looking in had already locked it and was just like, all right, that's a dad and
Yeah,
leave. But like you said, now that you done kind of backpedal and then you like try to say I'm doing it because of the black. That's what black people do, and that's what we need to do. I was just like, how many times did you practice that in the mirror to make yourself good about that? Like, because I can't imagine that you. What kind of goal and audacity were you operating in when you drove up the council and was just like, yeah, this gonna get it. This gonna get it. Or maybe he got a nonprofit that's up and coming. Who knows? We'll have to see, won't we?
hey, that's the going thing around this thing.
Yeah, I'm hearing. I don't know. DC making me a little strenuous. I might have some programs too that I can send some people down.
No, I feel you, Mark Hutchinson. He said, "No, Mickey, you stand with your own no matter what." He looks more like of a savage now. He looked uncivilized in public. Win, lose, or draw, I'm standing with my. Hey, as you supposed to.
You better know it.
Yeah, man. My cousin had a conversation. We was talking this morning. He like, dude, I don't care if you in the wrong. You wrong, but I'm riding with you. And then when we get to the crib, I'm cussing you out, and we might have another scrap because he said, you know what I'm saying. But far, and I get what he's saying, but is really people stumped down like that again?
I'm reading the comments, man.
Yeah, me too. I'm looking at what Nell said. He said he only came because Flynn asked him to come and support the store. He doesn't have his daughter's best interest at heart. Last time he came, he didn't speak. Met with the mayor and posted a picture. That's why I'm like, yeah. But you know what? It's and Concrete Jungle. Good evening. That's why I say optics. I wouldn't have went down there and took no picture. We couldn't have been took no picture and put it on. Having a conversation like what we gonna do, like what's going on with the councilman in the first ward. You know what I'm saying?
How do you rationalize that? Like, ain't no peace when somebody is in their right mind and actively, allegedly, right?
Allegedly, yeah.
10, putting paws on people. And like, as a mother of sons, like, even if the role was reversed, I would still have a problem with it because men have DV situations too.
Yeah, most definitely.
And most people don't talk about that, but like right is right and wrong is wrong. And in this case, I think you had everything you could stand 10 toes down on and be like, nah, hell no. Nah. Coming down here to still charge him with being accountable or stepping down, I can see that. Right? Like if that was your campaign and every time council met, that was your same messaging, like being repetitive, like you need to go, you need to go, you need to go. Yeah, but like I can't say on no fronts, like, and especially being organized in social justice spaces, like it don't even track, right? What were you looking to benefit out of that outside of self interest?
Fact. I'm gonna answer the call. So I'm curious to know, has anyone personally talked to any of these people? Oh, I haven't. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't try to talk to him. Have I seen the brother out there? Yeah. Have I seen the brother podcast? Have we seen each other out in public? Yeah. Have we tried to have a conversation? I tried to have one with him before down at council when he was with Liddell, and I was telling him then, like, dude, you letting her lie to you, but it just went in one ear, and I never had no more conversation with him about it. And next thing I know, he was like coming down there mad at the councilman in the first ward. As far as do I know people who probably didn't had conversations with the young lady? Yes. You know what I'm saying? I'll say that, Nicole. But have I personally talked? No, because I don't, I'm just going by what we seeing. He was down at council. He spoke on it. He did a podcast. He spoke on it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's why we talking about it. I mean, reason I'm looking at it because, and I'm gonna say what I'm saying about him because of the same way he had compassion for the brother, the councilman in the first ward. My thing is why you didn't have that compassion from Jed. So he was making posts about if Jed would have came, all these people that quote unquote to support the mayor, they all was looking like, they could knock Jed off. Like he come to my house. I watched. Well, I ain't gonna say I watched. I heard what I watched with an ENA board member let a person. Well, it wasn't just him. A bunch of the ENA board members. It was Dougie Doug. I ain't gonna say his. I'm gonna call him Dougie Doug. But he came put stuff in their mailbox, and nobody go press charges on him. Then nobody go do that to him because he's friends with the mayor. You know what I'm saying? But I'm watching these same black people was talking about if Jed would have came to my house, I would have did this and that. And it's just funny to me that ain't nobody talking about that. Like I'm looking at this. This is a guy. I'm thinking he a pastor. This is the people. This is a guy who's supposed to be leading our youth. You know what I'm saying? He got the Man Up program and all this stuff going on. And I'm just saying, these are the thought leaders. These are the people who supposed to, handle our youth, gonna get our youth together to come together. 1 minute you talking compassion on the left side, then on the right side you was talking about a guy that came up here to do a peaceful protest, and he looked like me and you, but yet you didn't see no compassion for him, and he ain't did nothing because he went symbolically took a casket and went in peaceful protest where the police was out there while they acting like he came and had the mayor scared. Peaceful protest.
And it was because he was an outsider.
And I just showed you but these are the people you want them working with your kids. You want these people, these the people like you building with in the community. These are the thought leaders. Come on now. That's what I'm talking about. Where was the compassion? Why he didn't see nothing wrong when Jed came up? He was just last week, or was it earlier this week, talking about, man, hopped on a post. If he would have did this, grandmom, you invoking grandmom and all this up in here. But yet, you got compassion.
I like what Tom Pedroni said. Whichever way the money is flowing. That's what it seems like.
Yeah, and that's all I'm saying. But they get mad with me saying that. It's like you wrong. No, what was the compassion that when Jed was up here? You finding compassion over here because something you did some 25 years ago, but you can't find no compassion that a brother that was asked to come here to put a spotlight back on that the water not fixed. Make that make sense.
Yeah, the receipts that Tanya was putting up last night just had me scratching my head even more. Like, man, this is a Scooby-Doo mystery happening here. Because, like, even when she was pointing out the paperwork that was going on and the address not being attached to your first ward council member, but it's attached to somebody who is a offender. Like, am I connecting the dots?
Yeah.
Yeah, and how that put that person in jeopardy when they just always trying to abide by the law or whatnot. Like
facts, but ain't nobody saying nothing though.
Man, this is. I know people wrote books, but I think y'all need to start putting the money on the documentaries, or even put money on the docudrama or something. Because this is crazy.
See, and that's what I look at it. These are people that say these are activists in the city, and you know what I'm saying? People need to get behind them. And it's like, to me, it's like I don't see it like that. Like you can't be talking deaf on one end and then living on the other end. Either you were deaf or either you were living. You can't have it both ways. And these the people who supposed to be sitting out here. And now I see why I see why an individual like that can't get people to really follow them. I see why when they be trying to throw programs together, because I'll be looking, you know what I'm saying? I don't be sitting and I'll be sitting back. I see when they throwing programs together, you can't get 100-some kids there. I see why ain't no kids following, you know what I'm saying, these type of people. Thank you, Kobe Fatty, aka Elizabeth P. Finney, the lovely Elizabeth P. Finney, for the $5 super chat. I mean, that's how I look at it. I just look at it like
BS, man. At least the kids around here in this city that want to be a state, they know BS, and that's why people don't go far, right? Because like when you got kids living in these conditions and they're seeing the world for what it really is, and they've been exposed to it, whether it's in their local preview or their national one, because they got access to everything, YouTube, TikTok, all of those things.
Facts.
You can't BS these kids, and if you're not like walking it like you talking it, you blowing smoke. And at the end of the day, a lot of these people know that those programming areas and stuff like that are easy money. As long as you put it on paper that you're doing something, very rarely are they checks and balances to make sure that you're actually doing the thing and being productive at it. She up here double timing. Oh, look at this
Yeah.
one.
KP with the $1.99. Thank you,
Y'all
beloved.
hear me?
We can now.
Y'all
You
hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
yeah,
That movie that I was watching, one battle after another.
fact.
Y'all gotta watch that movie. My mind is messed up. I just came out the movie theaters. I was in there for 3 hours.
Wow.
That
Was it a
movie
good
is
movie?
deep. Yes, y'all need to go see it. One battle after another with Tiana Taylor and Regina Hall and some other actors. I can't remember their names,
Don't
but
spoil it because you're gonna have
that
people who want to see it.
I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna tell you what the movie's about, but I'm gonna tell you need to go see it.
Right.
See,
You,
baby, that's
Got
it.
my got me all messed up.
no, I mean, but shit, it's like here. Every day is a battle. But I know that's going around everywhere, to be honest with you. It's like we're in a state of confusion.
By design, Mick.
No,
Yeah.
I agree with you. I just feel like we're in a state of confusion and like how can we get out of it? That's my thing. Like I hear the solutions, like we can do this, everybody get together, but everybody, and I do believe that everybody can't go. You can't work with all these fools, and I
You
mean it's
sure
really fools here.
you sure can't. You can't take everybody with you, and you gotta be comfortable with that. Your community is just that, your community. And when what Maya Angelou say, when people show you who they are, please believe them. How you gonna spend half of your time trying to argue with a fool? Because that make you a big goddamn fool in my book.
And,
Two
and
dummies
that's
arguing together about trying to get somewhere and ain't moving no goddamn way. That's crazy. That's
and I and I
insane.
and I agree with you. That's why I be frustrated. Like when I'm looking at these people that they saying these is the thought leaders, man. I'm still looking for the thought leaders in Flint. People that don't get me wrong. I love Brother Elliott. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna say this: all the organizations, maybe they leaders ain't right, but it's good people in these organizations. Like you got some, but they really being overshadowed. And I'm gonna say this too: a lot of them don't want to speak up because them organizations is really what's keeping their life going. Because a lot of these people don't have no life outside of them organizations. Let's be honest.
Nah. And then a
And
lot of
they
people don't want to step up, because this work is hard.
don't.
Like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got a nonprofit that me and my friends started. I was voluntold lovingly to become the ED. That shit is hard. You gotta show up even when you're not getting paid because you're passionate about it. You make your office hours. You ain't got 9 to 5. You got 9 to 5 a.m. maybe, depending on what the severity of is that you're dealing with. So a lot of people rather just be foot soldiers than they want to be the upfront person. That's really sad because people take advantage of that because people don't
Oh,
want that kind of responsibility. So like they let it and trust it to somebody else, and whole time you watching the ship sink, and you feel like
right.
I can't do nothing about it because like you feel like you don't want to step into the plate or you just don't want to deal with it. And I don't know. We working on it here to empower more people to be able to feel comfortable with stepping up, so we can get some of these people that's used to making money for free up out of here. But I know the temperament in Flint is different, so
Yeah, not because you know what it is. It's about the money. It's about the money, and you got a lot of people that, in my humble opinion, the reason you see all the confusion and the fighting going because people trying to hold on to their positions. They don't want to get knocked out of their positions. You know what I'm saying? Because they still everybody getting the money from the same pot.
they say mixed self-preservation is the first
Yeah,
motivation, and sometimes the only one.
facts. Because you look at it, nonprofit is the game in Flint.
It's
Nonprofit
the
is
game in a
the
lot of places. In
game. Yeah.
DC, we got over 16,000 plus nonprofits in the District of Columbia.
Are you serious?
Dead ass. You can look it up. But out of the 16,000 plus nonprofits we have in the District of Columbia, only 300 or so actually touch base with the community direct.
Are you serious?
Hey, listen, y'all see me. If I'm lying, I'm flying, and I ain't going nowhere.
Fact. Hold on. I didn't even get to share. So here we go. I got it. Hold on. Turn it down. Yeah, I'm sharing it up. That's what I'm looking at right now. Get them likes up, family. Them likes ain't matching them views. Help a player out tonight.
Between nonprofits making bread and then incentives that I was talking about last time we was on here about how with ICE, the incentive is like astronomical. Like they got 50,000 off the break, and then you get like 100,000. Like I don't know what the incentive is. Like I don't want to say that per person, but I could tell you that that line was around that building. I'm gonna have to find that video so you can see it. But this is what like they put you in a state of destitution, and then open up the most vile places for you to take care of your family on, and like what you supposed to do. Like I don't have empathy for these people who were slave drivers, or like I forgot what the proper name is for the people like the Irishmen who were just as poor as the slaves that they were managing. But the reason that they made peace with that is because at the end of the day they had to take care of their families, right? I'm not justifying it or nothing like that, but I'm just saying how America has utilized the plight of the poor to do some real dastardly shit. And I think about that in the same context of like nonprofits. Like you ain't had no damn plan. You just had a friend that could write up a plan, and you put it in, and now you say, "Oh, they really believe me. I got money. Oh shit! Now I got to make something shape." But if the accountability level is low, that all you gotta do is host a couple of community events and hand out some goddamn backpacks, and you still getting 30 G's. Are you gonna like? Who gonna mess the bag up on that? Because you ain't gotta do too much. Get a couple of kids and then snap some pictures, and voila.
And I agree with you with that. And that's what I'm saying. You got people who actually getting, like, you go work in gym for 20 years or 30 years, you getting people who been, they nonprofit been paying them for down there 10, maybe some for 12. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody want to, if I get out here, listen, I'm going to tell you, a person told me in winter, she said, like, to be honest with you, she said, if y'all want to get some of this money, y'all going to have to quit talking about the stuff that y'all talking about. Like, we're going to have to be like Rick Flint, talk about positive stuff. We can't highlight the water bad. We can't do this and that. And this person has a media company in Flint, but basically was telling us how we can go, how the game we're going to have to play if we want to get some money.
Yeah, because media makes shit move. That's why it's so important. That's why they haven't faded out internet right now, because they still got big benefits off of it. And so like while people still being brainwashed by the media, still not doing their research and everything like that, it is still big business. But you can't be a big business being a truth teller all the time.
Yeah, listen, and that's what the person told her. You see what there's almost 3,000 registered nonprofits in Flint. Now,
Sheesh.
You see what I'm saying? And that's what I'm telling you. People will not, they don't want to see you get no money.
Oh, Mick, we got a campaign going in the chat.
And you know what? I've been trying to get help for so long, and I'm going to pay. I've been trying to get help to get it. I'm being honest with you. You know how many people had said they was going to help and then play me to the left? But you know what it is? People be looking at it. They look at you as competition.
Yeah.
They look at like, well, if I turn him on or turn them on, they're going to be getting money. You know what I'm saying?
Once again, that's by design, Mick. Like here in DC, you heard what I told you, how many nonprofits we have, right? That's in black and white. But when you talk about the people that are directly impacting community, it's a cat game. It's like it's a cat fight, because we all scratching at the same pot to get the money done. I believe that the work can get done if you collectively just bring in people with the skill sets to make the thing happen that you want to happen. You don't always have to go to government to assist you. That's the first thing we think about, but that's also to our deficit, right? Because we think that the government owe us that 40 acres and a mule mentality. And then when we find out they ain't trying to give us the acres or the mule, then we go into cutting each other's throat like Hunger Games. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I've been saying the Hunger Games. You might don't know. I've been saying Flint like the Hunger Games since 2020. You wake up, you don't know what's going on. It's like it's always something different. It's like it's a new battle. It's a new this. It's a new that.
Oh, and then if you add the other part to it, and Marcia Talbot, I support it. Make it happen, because I feel like you one of those genuine people that actually do the goddamn work and not just collect the check. But that being said, the other part of the game is not only do you have people taking advantage of the system because it's big money in nonprofits, but
Right.
then you got to worry about the big corporations that have baby or umbrella corporations under the big corporation, like the Koch
Right.
brothers and things like that, that pay people to get into the nonprofit grassroots space so that they can keep tabs on the movement that's happening so they can slow walk it. They
Yeah.
give these nonprofits criteria that are not aligned with the mission that they started off with. It's a whole lot of shit in the water that keeps us from being great in nonprofit spaces. So it ain't just Flint, man. It's big business and it's detriment everywhere.
Yeah, because they call them your sponsors or your funders. So if
Yeah.
these people giving you this money, and you know what I'm saying, I'll give you an example of Van Jones. He got $100 million from Jeff Bezos. So what you think Van Jones gonna be talking about? Why you think you see him flip flopping on every subject?
Mhm.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? When they giving you this money, you bought and paid for it. In you cannot go against the grain. You know, that's
Listen.
why you see when Gretchen Whitmer came on the Breakfast Club, you think Charlamagne the God them was gonna challenge her and they worked for somebody? And you don't think the governor Gretchen Whitmer, when she came on that show, that wouldn't a deal? Like, you know what I'm saying? You think he got them political connections like that? No, his boss got them political connections. I might
Like,
do, Debbie.
Mick, I always talk about this book. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see how I get in here. Is it right here? Okay,
Yeah, I
there we
see
go.
it. Winners take all.
Winners take all. It's the elite charade of changing the world. Man, an Indian guy or gentleman wrote this book.
Mm.
And, they dealing in cast in this most authentic form. So, like, when they tell you that big money is hitting in friendly spaces,
Yeah.
you better believe them. And you got to do your research. See, we so that lazy and we so dependent on people just giving us information without fact checking and vetting it. That's
Mm.
why when Anna and I do Just a Thought, we invite people like check us and fact check us. Right? If it ain't right or you got some questions, we ain't hard to find because we want to encourage you to do the work you should be doing. Right? In journalism, right? Because I keep saying this. I just don't want y'all to think I'm just a Negro with an opinion. I'm actually coming here with some skill sets, and I'm paying some
Right.
top dollar for. I might be coming picking some oranges near you because I got student loans for this shit. So I'll give it to you for free. In journalism, you have to learn how to fact check and recite your sources. You got to reveal your sources, and then also you got to do your due diligence to follow the trail of where they're getting their sources from. So that
Mm-hmm.
when you have these moments when you're on a public platform, can't nobody touch you. But in a space like a podcast and no shade or nothing like that, but people like, yeah, just because you agree with what I'm saying out of my mouth, now you're vetting it just because you agree with it without doing your due diligence to make sure that it's some real shit. You can go out here and tell people you pissing in this rain, and they'll be like, yeah, that rain was crazy. Um,
Facts, Marcy A. Tar, but I'm gonna get to working on that this weekend because I got the other business of it done. I was working this weekend. I got most of my paperwork did, so I had to get some stuff cleared up. I was working on that all this week. No, you're right, Dr. Patron, because this is the type of stuff people get money for. See that Melissa Mays that got 100. Not gonna just say Melissa Mays. The unconcerned pastors and Melissa Mays and got $100 million. Thank you, Debbie Clark, the lovely Debbie Clark, one half of the Wonder Twins with the $5 super chat.
What they having?
And what they did was they got $100 million. And the late my cousin who passed away, the councilman of the third ward, he called it out. We never seen none of them people no more. Then you start having people, you know what I'm saying, and we don't hear them people saying nothing. They got their money. Why you think ain't nobody came out saying nothing about the water not being fixed? The concerned Pat, why they not saying nothing? You know what I'm saying? Everybody didn't got paid. They didn't bought and paid for. And I get what Winters was saying, like with Jordan Sheraton. And the only thing I can say is like them the connections that he got, from Status Quo. If you ever watched it, he was the first one. He the one wrote the book called We the Poison.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Facts, Dr. Petroni. And you don't hear them saying nothing. They not coming. Only you had one that was unconcerned pastor that came up, and that was when Liddell Lewis came up with that. When Dennis was talking about, he was basically trying to say, let's talk about the monkey and the monkey business. And she tried to say he called her a monkey and took that shit to Rashad Ritchie on the Young Turks. All that shit got played out. But yet Rashad Ritchie might have forgot that prior to that, he was on her about walking out on the Mitchell boys, doing a vote on that. You see, and I bet you Rashad Ritchie probably don't never take none from Flint no more after he seen how this stuff been played out. You know what I'm saying? You would think he would have did his due diligence. You know what I'm saying? Talk to the other side.
It's all about content creation, Mickey.
Yeah.
It's all about content creation. My mind is blown from watching this, just leaving this movie. That's why I'm being quiet. That movie has taken me to another place.
You know what movie? I'm telling y'all, the movies I like The Tulsa King. I like that movie Billions when it was showing you what's my man name? Oh, damn, he a funny actor, but he's a little short dude. I remember I can't think of the one movie when he played Adams as the president doing the when they had a little docu-series on. I want to say it was on HBO, and it was showing when the United States 13 colonies showed when George Washington became the president. But anyway, Adams was like the lawyer for the he was I think he was our third president, but he was the lawyer for the redcoats and all the stuff that went down for the British Army.
Oh.
He was calling himself defending them, but I can't think of my man's name. Anyway, he a good actor, but if you go watch that movie Billions, didn't it come on Stars, Nicole? It was a show, not a movie. My bad, a series.
It's called what? Billions?
Billion. When you see how, and it's the government showing you how they getting money and everything, they taking billions, and it's like you see the senators, different people, your lobbyists, they're showing the gangs how they be doing, how the government trying. So I like stuff like that, man, when it be like, don't get me wrong. That's cool, you seeing killing and all that, entertainment, but I like more movies when they showing how they getting money. That's why I like the movie as far as Harlem, with Bumpy Johnson,
Hoodlum.
Like Hoodlum, you know what I'm saying? Even the Godfather Harlem when they be having it on, come on Stars. Is it still on Stars, Nicole? Yeah, on Stars. With the new, it's just showing you how they was getting money. I'm gonna check out that because I see Dr. Tom Brony say he watching Mussolini. You know what I'm saying? I like movies. Yeah. I like to watch movies, man, where they showing us getting money, like you trying to build something. I don't like movies just everything where it's the drug selling in it. You know what I'm saying? Because my thing is this, like, even with drug dealers, you only can hustle for so long. What you gonna do with the money? You got to turn some legit stuff with it. You know what I'm saying?
Something that I watched, right? At first I was reluctant because I felt like somebody was trying to get me to watch some Bridgerton type shit again. And I was just like, that's not my life. But I did watch The Gilded Age. And the reason that I like watching The Gilded Age because it talks about America from first Reconstruction into like newer age when I'm talking about like when they start having electricity and everything like that. And what I like about it is because it talks about wealth, which at the end of the day, yes,
Right.
we have racism and racial divide, but it's all about the green.
Mhm.
And just to see how they were treating each other, and they talked about the start of the union. I think it's worth like watching in context of what we're dealing with right now, because I think people, while we should and we don't have a choice, especially being Black people in this space, having to deal and talk about race. At the end of the day, it's definitely about the money. And that's where we be getting messed up because, like I said, once again, self-preservation is first motivation and sometimes the only motivation, especially when it comes to us. As long as me and mine is okay, the rest is a little, you're going to have to find a way. So,
but do we know business though? You know what I'm saying? When people, because even you look at the nonprofits, let's just say, do people really know opening a business what it is? Most of them figure like I get enough to get some money, I can go buy me a house, I got me a car. Is they really starting a business where you hiring people? You know what I'm saying? Looking at longevity. Not okay, I can go take a trip. Like, is you opening up other business? You know what I'm saying? It's like we see these people just get it's like projects that never get finished. You know, Like, I get it. If
I mean,
you
but Mickey, we're not the only ones that do that. We just learning recently getting into the game of nonprofits. You've had people for centuries running these nonprofits and not even telling us how to even open a nonprofit. So the unfortunate part, because a lot of us are not good money managers, we have this vision that where we want to create change. And the reality is, like you see right now, all the grants for Department of Education are shut down. So if I have a nonprofit where I'm trying to give education, did everyone disappear?
No, I'm right here.
Yogi G's camera went out. You went out. Like, am I still here?
Come on, we listening.
I
know. I'm making sure they didn't disappear. I said, "What just happened?" I started talking. Y'all disappeared.
No, I'm right here.
I'm messing with you. I know.
I'm just talking.
No, I'm just, with all these Department of Education and all these grants from Department of Agriculture. That's why them farmers are hurting right now. So you think of the nonprofits, and they're supposed to be for allowing other people to be able to open up and say, hey, I have a different community that I'm close to and I want to help. But now with grants, they're blocking us if they claim it's DEI. So we might be complaining about who has gotten the money, right. But we also got to look at we also have to make sure that we have a real conversation that we just got in the game of nonprofits. And so sometimes we fall short because we connect with little Billy Bob and little Sarah around the corner, and they like, we'll give you a little bit of extra push, and we done sold ourselves out to some bull crap to hurt us in our community. I'm sorry, this movie got me fucked up. I was just talking to Yogi before, like I got on here, and to be real, I felt every darn emotion. I'm not talking about the movie. I'm talking about what's going on now. But what I'm saying, I felt every emotion because the reality is that we always have a lot to say about us as a people, right? And so we criticize each other a lot, but we don't criticize enough of the real people that are affecting us. And that is not to say that this is conversation about a race war. No, it's about being truthful, transparent, and what is really going on and who really got the money and who is really controlling it. So I can sit there and look at somebody look like me and get pissed at them, like the guy you said from MSNBC, CNN. And the reality is he has sold himself, because anybody who becomes a journalist on them shows eventually see Joy Reid was a part of it. Now she gone. Don Lemon was a part of it. Now he gone. I don't forgot her darn name. The list goes on. The list goes on. They on there for a minute, and then reality is I done said things that I truly really don't believe in. So my integrity and my morals are now being challenged. So now I want to run away from that dollar. And we all get to that place where we sit there and we take that money because I got a family to feed, right? Like, who gives a shit? I got a family to feed. But the reality kicks in, and when that stuff hits you personally, like y'all see Marjorie Taylor, when it hit her kids personally, now all of a sudden you want to say I'm a house representative for the people. You represent poor people, and right. You've been sitting there advocating for rich people.
Facts.
Do you remember when Trump got in and he shut down? Remember the stock market went down?
Yeah.
Marjorie Taylor made money off that crap. But what's her name went to prison? What's her name? Martha Stewart went to prison. But Marjorie Taylor made money. So she sold her butthole, excuse my French, to get some money.
Facts.
Now I guess they ain't putting nothing up in it no more. Now she want to claim Epstein, where the Epstein files at. She was down with it in the beginning.
That's what I keep saying. They only get mad when they don't get their agenda across, and then they ready to tell.
Money, so I'm gonna get funny.
We saw Elon do it. Remember how he was going on Trump, and then he was like, "We need this and we need that," and then as soon as he got what he needed, he went right back on the other side. It was like, "This is crazy, leftist, right?"
But they knew what they was doing.
Hi, Pastor Gas. Sorry.
Yeah, what's up to my Gaddis clan? You crying?
No, I'm choked up. I'm just choked up.
Yeah, no,
I would say this, like to when you know how when we watch. Y'all in the movie 12 Slaves, right? Remember when we watched the movie 12 Slaves, and it took a toll on us, right? I was like, I can't watch this shit.
I was in it.
I can't watch this shit. Then with Color Purple, back when I was a kid and I saw Color Purple, I said, I can't watch this shit. I can't watch this shit. I can't see a woman getting beat up. It's too much. We have became numb. But I'm telling you, what I watch today and what I see in real life, my shit is in real life. So that's what makes it hard for me, because I'm in these streets. Yogi G is in these streets. We see it in real time. I never would get over seeing that girl hollering, I didn't do anything, and being locked up. That stuff takes a toll on you. I never get over my ex-husband sitting in the passenger side while 20 white cops pull me over, tell me something wrong with my tag, and ain't nothing wrong with my damn tag, and snatch his behind up out my car.
What was that movie?
I would never get over that thing.
No, what's that movie you just saw? Deborah Luna want to know.
Crap.
You just came from the movie.
One battle after another. It's with Tiana Taylor and Regina Hall. You got to see it. You got to see it. You got to see it. When I talk, I'm not talking to take away from nobody else. I'm talking from my experience. When I'm on Just a Thought, I'm speaking from the thoughts of other people. But when I'm on this platform and I'm talking with Mickey, I'm just telling you what I'm going through and what I really feel and how I really feel about it. When I do Sunday show, it's just a thought. I ain't debating nobody. It's just a thought. Because sometimes we do have to listen from the opposite. I might not agree with the opposite, but we have to listen, because I'm telling you, the more and more we get away from these crazy people, the more and more they're planning crazy shit on us. All right, I'm going to shut up.
No, I feel you on that, but it like I agree with you. Like from Flint to DC, like I said, you can see like the craziness, man. But it's like I don't think we all seeing it the same. To be honest with you, like you just brought up the nonprofits. How you doing to my Gaddis clan and popped in? Like how you say, yeah, we just got to the nonprofit gang because people been doing this. You know what I'm saying? They've been that. You know what I'm saying? And that's why to me it's like, and I get it. Like I said,
some people don't know that the 503 is different from a 504, from a 50, all the different 50s, and nobody knows them. All right. They know someone got a 501c. That's all everybody said, but don't nobody know the different numbers and what they mean.
Right.
Yeah,
we lose the game.
They do it because they've been doing it so long. They do it in plain sight, right? Because they know people. They banking on people not doing their research. But if you do your due diligence when people started nonprofits, you'll see the trail. It's not that hard. Like you start checking their board members, you check the background of their board members, you check how they spending their money, what they doing with their money, how many times they posting on social media, and then you start showing it to some of these events that they having, so you can see the quality of the events. It's things you can do, man, not to be bamboozled. You just gotta get up off your ass and do it. And actually give a reaction.
Right, you gotta go to them meetings. You know what I do? I'm gonna give a little secret up. I sit back and be watching when I see these people have birthday parties, and I be seeing the blacks who go here. I'm talking about the ones with the money. And I be seeing them blacks be popping up. I done seen blacks from both sides, from both camps, to be at the same party. I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying?
Who in the pictures? When they posting them pictures, we be like, let me widen that up and zoom open. Who in there? Who in that corner right there? Oh shit, you said you didn't mess with them. What you doing at that party right there? I done caught a couple of my little friends in spaces where I never thought I'd see them, and we had some real conversations. And I'm like, what the hell are you doing there? And don't give me that shit about we trying to be equal and we trying to be friends and all that other stuff. I don't want to hear that.
Yeah, Marcia is saying that the trailer, and the reason why they probably doing that because Leonardo DiCaprio is a huge, huge actor. So they probably, and Sean Penn is a huge actor. That's probably why they're show, and Benicio del Toro are very well known actors. So that's probably why they're putting their names up. Because Tiana, am I saying her name right? Tiana Taylor and Regina's been around, but they're new and upcoming. They've been around, but they're new and upcoming. I don't think it's personal. I just think because Leonardo DiCaprio has they're well-known actors, especially Sean Penn.
But both of them are Leonardo DiCaprio and Sean Penn, you know, with Benicio, I'm not gonna lie, they men, and you know, men can push a movie harder than the women. It still's gonna come back to that too. It's gonna be honest.
That's true. That's another way of looking at it, Mickey. But that's just the only reason why, because when let me just say this: the movie is a rah-rah for us black and brown people. Let me just say that. Now, I'm not saying that it's against the other people, but I'm just saying, and it shows the allies. But for these actors to be on the same stage and to play the movie, you really feel like you're in the movie. So they did a good job on picking they really did a good job of really making you feel like you there. And this movie's probably going to take Tiana Taylor to another level in her acting.
I just got one question. Is Leo playing a major racist again?
Who?
Is Leo playing a major racist in this one? Because he been getting away
No.
with
Okay, no, he's not.
Like,
but you know,
that Django.
The movie has every emotion. Look at my hand. The movie has every emotion in it. I don't even want to give you nothing about the movie. Like, that's how good it is. Like, I need you to go watch it.
See, I like movies like that. I like movies with dialogues. I like to listen to the conversations that they be having. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. I like action, but I like to hear the dialogue.
Yes.
When people
you
be talking.
really like Wall Street. That was me.
Listen, I even like what was my man Jack Nicholas when he was coming in there with him and Tom Hanks, what was his name? When he was the army, he's like, you can't handle the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
I like the dialogue. I can't think of the name of that. And what's the other movie that my man played in with Samuel L. Jackson when it was an army movie he ended up shooting, and what's his name had to be his lawyer. And he was saying, "What's the life expected?"
Look who's on top of me.
No, this is Cat Hour. She
A
done.
A few good men. Thank you, Sheila.
A few good men. Yeah. I thought. What's that joint? I always get that mixed up with the Steel Metal Jacket. This is my rifle. This is my gun.
I like, but see, that's what I'm saying. I like the dialogue when they sitting up when you like it leave you like you don't like. I like my favorite movie is The Devil in the Blue Dress with Denzel. I like the mystery. You know what I'm saying? I like stuff like that where you like you don't get it. You know what I'm saying? When you find out at the end as they going back through it, and you be like, damn, you don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't like no movie I could just watch. You can tell from the beginning how it's gonna go. I like to have something that have like it'll throw you off, and then you know what I'm saying. As you go back, sometimes you might have to watch it a second time. I like, you know what I'm saying. I like movies like that.
Well, since we got Leo on the roster, right quick, I'm gonna throw this one out that somebody told me to watch, and I started watching it. It was like I need to take a pause with calls on this one. Killers of the Flower Moon. Have you seen that?
I don't know.
So, Killer of the Flower Moon is the story about how white men started getting indigenous land through marrying native women, and then they would murder the families so that they would be the next in line to get ownership of the land. And that's how most of these white men end up getting land ownership through. I forgot what the proper term is. It about how indigenous people were inherited of land, or they gifted them land, but because it was women that owned these deeds or something like that, they would. I see Tay Saint know what I'm talking about. I said that's an excellent movie. I gotta finish watching. Wrong, and then somebody trying to cut me up in the comments, but yeah, go ahead, do your due diligence and join in with me and watch that.
He said, "Well, just curious, what was my favorite part?"
But I'll give the movie up honor.
That's hard. But what I'll say is my favorite part is the ending of it.
Okay. That's a good one. That's a good one.
It's the highlight is the end. I mean, I will say this. They can make a part 2 and to continue it because it's a lot of things unanswered. I will say that.
That's what's up.
How do you unshow it?
I'm gonna see. Let
That's
me
right,
see.
Marcia. No, she not allowed to talk about it because I think it was a movie she went to go watch and she told me the whole damn thing and I was mad. No spoilers.
I'm looking at. Okay, Devil. I ain't know what. Let me see who wrote that. Walter Mosley wrote it. Okay, nah, Devil in the Blue Dress, a good movie.
I remember. Oh yeah.
No, I haven't watched Smashing Machine yet. Tay, I'm gonna have to check it out. I'm not gonna lie,
I
man.
heard the Rock got a lot of the reviews on that.
I've been on the back scene. What's up, Big Mama? Got us in the building. Now I've been on the back end, really getting my paperwork together for my business. I've been trying to get some stuff together. I took care of all this week. I got all my
Get out
business
that
took care of.
Yep.
Now it's just
810 merch coming near you. Ain't that right?
See that right there. I'm trying to link in with some people. I don't want to speak on it yet because I don't want to blow it, but I've been on behind the scenes doing some stuff. I got a couple meetings with 2 people who have clothing lines next week. So I'm gonna try to do some. I'm gonna try to link in, and I don't want to say who they are, but I got 2 meetings. I'm gonna try to link in so I can get some people to help me get the merch together. Doing a collab. While I'm doing a collab, they want to help me get you know what I'm saying, get the brand off. So I'm gonna sit back and
just let us know. You know, I'm a hustler from back in the day. You know, I go out here and hawk some t-shirts, you know, for the 18 clothes.
For sure, I got you. No, I got you. That's why I said I've been, because I was trying to get some people that, you know, somebody that can really help with the merch side, because I don't really I don't think I had a time if I could just do this side, and I want to get with somebody that's already, you know, who already in it, and that, you know, and these individuals are already in it, and I think it can be a nice little merger if it you know, depending on which ones I you know, go with to get some stuff did. Like I got some stuff in the background I'm trying to get together. What's up, Big Ann Gaddis in the building? You know,
What it do?
You know, I'm trying to get some stuff together because I really want us to because I know election coming up next year, and I really want to be active in, you know, far as seeing the candidates. You know what I'm saying? I want to go to
trigger word for me.
What is tricky?
Elections. That's the trigger word.
Nothing but bad luck.
What on? She wearing black, got a black cat, got a black background. What we doing here? I got the ball here.
That's possible.
I gotta get a ball for here, man.
Stop it.
Nah, man. We got our mayoral election coming up. We got somebody trying to knock out our chairman of the council. We got a couple of people leaving council because they want to be congressmen. We in a shitstorm of here.
Oh, you talking about we got we got to put the video up when they questioned Bowser how she feel about the people running. Man, that shit she said was so slick out of her mouth. I said, man, this is classic of her.
Man, y'all got some ghouls, goblins, and gangsters down there doing some diabolical shit. Wait until 2026 when our election come up here, boy. I swear the cracks of the concrete done open up with people coming out from everywhere. I want to be your representative. Who are you? And where did you come from? Yeah. And then the sad part is like we got a lot of people who are temporary residents, you know, our transient people. They get real passionate about being here in DC. They want to run for council and shit because they want to change the neighborhood to what it used to feel like when they was back home. And we like, ain't nobody asked you to do that. Oh, ain't nobody asked you to come up here and change nothing.
I'm
come up here and exist.
What Tay said, everybody up next year. The mayor and all of council up next year. Thank you.
We in the same boat. We're gonna hold hands, do a prayer circle together then, because man.
No, but you know, and I agree with you, Marcia A. Tarver. That's why I feel like some of the people in our neighborhoods, like really, that's what I be meaning about. There's people out there that will help, but I just think like we got to get the right people because we should have stuff like this. Like I tell you, don't get me wrong. Shout out to my brother Bilal, he done tapped in. But every other race has a community where they still, even though their kids go to the schools, they still have a place, a learning center where they still teach them about their history. I just feel like in the Black community, We should have more of that. We had it at one time. Somehow we lost it and we fell behind. I just feel like all these abandoned schools that we got, and that's what I be meaning about the people that we have here. If you know what I'm saying, it's so many bright people here. Let me tell you that first. It's a lot of bright, educated people here. It's just people ain't got time for the BS because they see the game. But all these schools that's closed, these buildings, you mean to tell me ain't nobody decide to go get a building and you getting this nonprofit money, go get a building where you can bring the kids in? Good evening, Sharisa Dumas. Thank you for tapping in. You can't, you mean to tell me you can't get this where you can, you know what I'm saying? Like, have programs like how to do. I'm just saying it's a blueprint on how to do it. All the people that's the so-called you standing on their shoulders, they had stuff like that. The Black Panther Party had meeting groups when they educated. You know what I'm saying? The Nation of Islam, they got their own school system. I mean, they own educate. I mean, as far as learning, teaching their kids to the adults. You mean to tell me the Baptist church, the Kojic churches, I mean, they got Bible study. You know what I'm saying? The money that the church is pulling in, you mean to tell me you can't put nothing together in these, just the blacks they self. Y'all can't put nothing together to, you know what I'm saying? Like even with Latinx down here, they, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't have nothing to put together with all these so-called people that want to lead the people in Flint. Y'all ain't put no little think tank, no little building y'all can put up together to get the so-called the educated ones together to put, you know what I'm saying, put some ideas together where you can help your communities up. I'm just saying simple things you can do.
I think sometimes people overthink it, right? And they thinking like you gotta have a building like up front, and yeah, you can strive for that, but like just finding the space to hold space.
Right.
Is doing the like. You ain't gotta be like you ain't gotta be. Well, Jesse Jackson might not be, but you ain't gotta be one of them big time speakers or whatnot to sit and move in your community, man. You could do your part. Like I mean, honor, we might get our little shine every now and then. You might see us on the bus or two, or a promotion on social media or something like that. But that's not why we doing it. And it ain't always those moments. It's about what you can sleep with at night that you doing your part. And they already done closed up the museums because of the. Yep, you already done closed the museums, so you can't go put visual eyes on your history. You better start buying them books that they telling you can't read because they about to get rid of those, and you better start having with your children because they gonna be the ones that's gonna be fighting this fight if you don't make it up out of here because you eat too many cheeseburgers and stuff. Because our diets ain't the best, and we got some work to do ourselves, man. So you wake up every day and you telling these people that you love them and I'll go to bat for mine, but you ain't doing what you need to do to educate yours about how to survive in this shit. You won't get and spend a Saturday, you go out here and man, all them Negroes that was sitting there dancing with Breezy just yesterday probably won't even open up a YouTube video for a documentary to figure out what the hell going on. And the keys are there. Like I said, as an organizer, man, listen, I had a conversation today and I talked to this particular organizer that I'm working with about how we need to be more proactive than reactive. By the time we get to reactive, you're gonna be shit out of luck. You're gonna be like people on Titanic who was looking for a lifeboat to just get up there or a door to hold on to. And who wants to be in that position when we still got time? Yes, the world is in chaos. Yes, they're keeping our head on the swivel. But you still have time to build a plan that's going to be good for you and yours, and then the people that support you and yours. It's no excuse. You still out here clacking fans and everything like that. And yeah, joy is resilience. Yeah. I hear you. But also, what you going to do when the things that are convenient to your life are no longer there? And they telling you in plain sight that they taking these things away from you, and that these things are keeping you enamored, and we still don't believe that it's real. I don't know, man. I just got a different perspective on like how you prepare yourself in these days of 2025 and beyond.
What's up, Darnell Dooms? Thank you for tapping in.
Hey, Darnell, you got into the 12th to make that happen. And then it's over. You're gonna have to catch a YouTube video to see what the inside of the African American Museum look like.
Wow, they shutting it down.
They shutting
I
it
think
down.
they shut down now. I think either today was the last day. Because they
say
were supposed to close it on Monday, but they gave it a couple more days, and I think today was the last.
Wow.
They put it. They
And they took a lot of exhibits out too. My daughter went on Sunday because I told her to go because I knew they were taking a lot of exhibits out.
That's diabolical.
They removed the Emmett Till one they took out. It was a couple of other ones that they were removing when Donald Trump started putting his eyes on the African American Museum. They started moving a lot of the exhibits out of it.
Give it back to the original owners so they don't steal it.
Wow.
Yeah. So I don't know if you get it. Maybe that's what you need to do for this weekend. Because what I read today was that they extended it to the 12th, and that was here in the Smithsonian in DC. So you might want to do your due diligence and give yourself a little brief tour of somebody's museum.
Make sure all of them are saying that because they said today it was the 10th. But if it's saying they open it, that means them people are probably working for free. Well, they are working for free. What am I talking about?
Wow.
See what Marcia Talbot said. Right, I have a membership and they stopped sending the newsletters about 3 months ago. The architecture of the building itself is history. Absolutely. If you don't know what the architecture of the African American History Museum here in DC is based off of, it's a weaver's basket. And that's what the outside
you saw it this morning.
Yeah, that's when you.
I showed you that on 810 this morning.
Yeah, she was riding by.
It's an amazing experience. If it ever opens up again, I would highly recommend. 8 out of 10, highly recommend. And the way that it's built, also from it being small, is intentional. When you go down to the lower level that talks about the beginning of the slave trades and things like that, it is condensed. Like you literally feel like you're on the bottom of the ship because so many people are pressed together, and it widens and spreads out as you go up. Yeah, and then they give you a little pool of a fountain of reflection so that you can kind of decompress some of that energy that you took on by seeing our people mistreated and strangled and turned into wind chimes. And then you want to take that out in the street and start trying to return the favor to some of those tourists that are walking around. It's a challenging experience, I have to say, to be sitting in that kind of energy at the African American Museum, and then you look to your left and you see a nice Wahite family. Nothing that I ain't got nothing personal against them. But it is a challenge to be immersed in that much realness of your history, and then you like looking over and you just like, I wonder what part of your ancestors had something to do with this. I probably one of them in the damn background of some of these pictures, but I digress. Let me shut up. Y'all go ahead.
Hey, man, I'm gonna let you close it out, Otto. We got 3 minutes left.
I'm just laughing.
Oh, you close. Y'all coming on Sunday, right?
Yeah, we coming on Sunday.
Y'all let me know.
We're not off.
We're not off. Man, Mickey, it's just we got to find something to make our butts laugh because this is the time for y'all to. I'm gonna see Ida Rodriguez next weekend. I bought my tickets to go see her.
I like her. She's funny.
Yes, I bought my tickets because I'm a huge person that goes to comedy shows. But I'm telling you, we gotta learn how to start laughing at the same time of this bullshit. And not gonna throw shade. I'm happy that y'all not seeing the crazy shit we see. So I'm gonna keep praying for y'all that y'all don't experience the shit we see. Because you got people sitting on these platforms calling us liars. Y'all lying. And I would love for y'all to feel the anxiety that I have in my chest some mornings, because I call Yogi G all the time, going through my emotions with this bullshit. So I'm gonna pray for us this weekend, and we gonna see you all on Sunday.
Peace, family. I see y'all Sunday. At 7, right?
7.
7. I'll be at 6.
7, right?
Completion. 7 means completion.
Facts. Peace, family.